And we are live. Happy Thursday, Crypto Warriors, and welcome to the Gentleman of Crypto. I'm your host, Isaiah Jackson, here with some great news stories for today. Today is Thursday, June 22nd, 2023, and some great news stories for you today, including BitGo terminates acquisition of Prime Trust, Ripple gets in-principle nod for digital asset services in Singapore, and last but not least, Three Arrows Capital founders launch new VC fund. And definitely a different and late start for the day. Condo almost burned to the ground, apparently. Building was on fire, so I had a little late start so we can get it going today. Almost had to jump off my balcony, man. Man, they scared me today, man. I don't know what's going on here, but I had to jump into the ocean to swim off. But yes, we're here today with some great news stories. But first, let's discuss our prices for today. Bitcoin sitting at $29,878, up 0.06% today. Ethereum at $1,879, up 1.5% today. Binance Coin at 243, down 2.2% today. XRP at 49 cents, down 0.37% today. Cardano at 29 cents, up 2.8% today. Dogecoin sitting at 6 cents, up 1.8%. Solana sitting at 16.91, up 0.03% today. And rounding out the top 10 is Tron at 7 cents, up 0.44% today. And some of the trending coins include Bitcoin, Pepe, and Kek. I don't even know how you say it. I guess that's what the kids call it. But recently added coins, a little bit, some more dog shit from probably Pancake Swap. Doge Hope, which isn't worth a penny with a hole in it. Mr. Burns, Monty, whatever the fuck that is. And Jerome Powell got his own coin. So yeah, it looks like that'll be a cryptocurrency that pump fakes for the next 20 years. So if you're a dumpster diving, if you're DJing, those are your coins for today. And we got some great news stories. But first, let me look at some of the people that are in the chat. I don't know why the chat's not coming up here, but all good. First story of the day, BitGo terminates acquisition of Prime Trust. Oh man, down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. And the acquisition between Bitcoin, why do I keep saying Bitcoin? BitGo was called off 2 weeks after BitGo publicly disclosed its non-binding letter of intent to acquire Prime Trust. And this is something that has been basically, it's one of those, if you know, you know. If you use Swan, Swan kind of got away from Prime Trust, I believe like a month ago, and had a major upgrade with a different custodial platform. And on June 22nd, wallet infrastructure provider and digital asset custodian BitGo announced on Twitter that it decided to cancel its acquisition of fintech infrastructure provider Prime Trust. According to BitGo, this decision was not made lightly, and the full announcement read, after considerable effort and work to find a path forward with Prime Trust, BitGo has made the hard decision to terminate its acquisition of Prime Trust. This decision was not made lightly, and BitGo remains committed to our mission to deliver trust in digital assets. So the deal cancellation comes 2 weeks after it shared its non-binding letter. And if you know about Prime Trust, I won't say that they've been a little iffy, but they have been. Prime Trust has always been a little bit iffy to me. However, when it works, it works. When it doesn't, which is why the title for today is No Keys, No Cheese, because when everything's good and you can get on your platforms and everything's great, it's good. But when you wake up in the morning and you get an email that looks like this, Prime Trust halting deposits and withdrawals, you know what happens from there. Pause them draws. That's what's going to happen to pretty much every platform. Unfortunately, they're going to pause them draws, and that button, as we always like to say, when that button turns gray and you can't buy, sell, send, receive, withdraw, deposit, nothing, that's when people start trusting no keys, no cheese, and make sure they have self-custody. So this is the actual statement. Prime Trust regretfully informs all of you that by order of the Nevada Financial Institution Division, received on Wednesday, June 21st, Prime Trust is halting all deposits of fiat and digital assets for custody. We will also be halting all withdrawals of fiat and digital assets for custody. Please take action immediately to stop sending client custody assets to Prime Trust, especially digital assets. So, this is something that most people should be familiar with. We've seen this with a number of exchanges. If you've been following the Gentleman of Crypto for even, the last 2 years, you've seen, I believe at this point, probably 10 exchanges go down and like 4 banks that are all related to crypto and Bitcoin world. But again, as we always say, the goal in Bitcoin If an exchange has it, you don't own Bitcoin. If it's on Robinhood, if it's on Venmo, if it's on PayPal, if it's on any others these exchanges, you do not own it. And even with the BlackRock ETF going, they're not going to trade Bitcoin one-to-one with what you buy. It's going to be probably cashed out, and they're probably going to create a lot of paper Bitcoin. So again, this is the first time we've ever had an asset that has a provably scarce supply. And when these exchanges do not have what they say they have, or if they cooking the books a little bit, that's when things get crazy. So unfortunately for them, Prime Trust, we're going to be smoking on that Prime Trust pack tonight. And honestly, I don't think anybody's really surprised at this news, because again, if you know, you know, man. It's kind of one of those things where anybody who's done any real research, you understand that these companies, like my favorite platform to use that's centralized, it's probably Cash App because it's so easy. But even them, I keep tabs on Sutton Bank. If you don't know, the custodial trust for Cash App for Bitcoin is Sutton Bank. So I keep tabs on every single centralized exchange that I use, just because if you get that email, again, I move it off self-custody anyway if I buy anything, but just to stay abreast of any changes or anything like, oh, well, we having some slight issues, or we're gonna have they have some random upgrades or something like that. Gotta stay informed, people. So no keys, no cheese, people. It's not just a phrase, it's a lifestyle. So shout out to the people in the chat. Finally popped up. Jojo Wave, what's up? Just call me L, what's good? Captain G 32. Good morning, Eyes Ray, TOP, J Everything, Low Key. Let's see, Whistletone. Hey, let's see. Junior Malley, Chris Minka, Swan, Bitcoin Strike, all built on Prime Trust. Exactly. So they saw the writing on the wall. I'm sure they probably sent them either a heads up or some sort of thing where they say, hey, don't send us any digital assets. We're working on something. And let's see, Junior Malley has been downhill since they launched the IRA. Yeah, I think it's getting back to where it's supposed to be, but hopefully we don't have that. Topcast Satoshis, but no book. Yeah, it's some issues with Amazon, because we definitely sent that a few times, but I'll look into it more. Notes from Drew, yeah, greetings from MIA. Exactly. I'm in Miami with you. Yeah, this about the hurricane, it looks like, and the building's on fire. I don't know what's going on today. It's been a crazy day, man. Let's see. Fold Car uses Sutton Bank, and yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Sutton Bank, you gotta keep tabs on them. There's a few other ones that self-custody or Prime, like Prime Trust, but you got to keep tabs on them because it's not that many. It's really only like 2 or 3. I forget the ones for some of the other exchanges, some of the bigger ones, Gemini, Uphold, but I'll look into those and definitely bring those to you. So next story for today, Ripple gets in principle nod for digital asset services in Singapore. So looking at this story, Ripple says in principle approval to help scale its on-demand liquidity, the service it uses to source XRP liquidity to customers. Before I cast this off as a nothing burger, because I think XRP is one of the most bullshit projects I've ever seen in my life. Bitcoiners and crypto people don't use it, and banks don't use it. However, we always said America is not the only place where crypto works. There are other countries, and of course, blockchain-based payment firm Ripple has obtained in-principle regulatory approval from Singapore's financial regulator to offer digital asset payments and token products in the city-state. Ripple confirmed the approval from the Monetary Authority of Singapore, and this approval will allow its subsidiary Ripple Markets Asia Pacific. Damn, Ripple, how many names y'all got? It's XRP, and then it's the Ripple Markets, and it's Ripple this, and whatever. To further scale its on-demand liquidity, the ODL helps Ripple's customers to move XRP around the world without the banks intervening as intermediaries. So this is it looks like it's a base hit for those guys, but if you've been around, we've all seen all of the great news of Ripple's going to do this, XRP is going to do that, and not just them, not just trying to cast a light just on them, but a lot of projects. They some bank gives them an approval, some country gives them a license, and it's a nothing burger. We come back a year later and we're like, nothing happened. But CEO Brad Garlinghouse, he praised the Singaporean regulator for his pragmatic, innovation-first approach to cryptocurrency-related services, adding that the country will provide a prominent gateway for Ripple's business operations in the Asia-Pacific region. Their chief legal officer, Stu I don't even know, Alderoti, also noted that Singapore's early leadership is paving the way for other regulators looking to develop a clear taxonomy and licensing framework. So again, Ripple wants to work. with the bankers, or they want to have international settlements. They have customers that are trying to use their technology all around the world. But of course, again, like I said, I feel like we're going to look back on this. This is pretty much going to be a nothing burger, even though I will give it up to Singapore. They have been probably, if I had to think, they've probably been top 5 countries for adoption. So if you're thinking about opening a company, Singapore is probably a good place for you. If that's too far, there's others, people in Seychelles, people in Puerto Rico, there's people in, let's see, where's Binance? Malta. I mean, it's a few different places, but Singapore, shout out to them. They've been giving these companies a chance. Again, like I said, I like people to have the freedom to do stuff, and even if it's the freedom to be stupid. It is what it is, but that's XRP for you. And a couple more comments today. Let's see. TOP Kyle, what's up the book? Oh yeah, like I said, something wrong with Amazon, but yeah, I'll refund you and I'll send you the book. I just got to figure out why Amazon won't let me send anything to anybody. That's weird. But let's see. Philip Shaw, what up? What up, Phil? Swan tells you to withdraw your coin regularly. Whistle tone, exactly. That's why I said the CEO, Corey, good friends with him. He is a big proponent of self-custody like I am. They literally tell you, please withdraw it. Take it off the exchange. As soon as you get it, you can do auto withdrawal. You can do auto dollar cost average. You can do everything on that exchange. The IRA is coming or has started. They have a Swan Private, which I'm a part of for the private clients for certain amounts that you want to buy. So yeah, shout out to Swan. Like I said, I'm not giving up on them yet simply because they have, to me, they have the smartest Bitcoiners in the space. Them and probably CivKit with Ray Youssef, formerly the CEO of Paxful, because these are people that I've seen for the last 10 years. I've seen them at conferences, meetups. I've seen them on the book tour. I've seen them, on TV. I've seen them in person. We've hung out, had dinner. These people all have the same ethos. It's just that whenever you're dealing with a centralized exchange, even if you're trying to make it easy for the customer, it's always an attack vector. And that is the custodial side, which is what Bitcoin was built for, to not have it. However, you got to be real with yourself. Decentralized peer-to-peer Bitcoin exchanges, very tough for most people. I would say 90% of people can't do it. And even if they could, they don't want to. They really don't want to self-custody, or they don't want to keep up with a Ledger or a Jade or a Trezor, whatever. So it is what it is. You just got to deal with it. This is how it goes. So let's see. Black Bitcoin Key, damn, I thought I missed it. Good afternoon. Oh yeah, definitely a little late start if you're just jumping in here. The building was apparently about to burn down, or there was a spot where there was a fire. I had to sit outside for a couple hours, so it is what it is. But again, yeah, if I had to jump off the balcony, man, hey, the pool was not too far down. I would have made it. Got up out of here, man. Hey, hat and all, I would have jumped off just to hit my shit. But let's see. Last story for today. 3 Arrows Capital founders launch new VC fund. How in the fuck do they keep getting away with this shit? 3 Arrows Capital a year ago, simply gone, supposedly, with the Luna, BlockFi, Celsius crowd. This was all, last June. If you guys remember, time flies. But 3 Arrows Capital Ventures is focused on superior risk-adjusted returns without leverage. Oh, now you don't want to use leverage. Oh, okay. Just like when I tell most people when they trade with leverage, you're going to get your shirt, you're going to lose your shirt. It's just a matter of time. Most traders are not profitable over a 10-year span. I believe 98% are not profitable over a 10-year span. If you're doing it in the short term, hey, do your thing. With people that think they're going to trade full time, good luck. If you're in that top 2%, or if you can build state-of-the-art trading bots, have at it. But this is usually what the outcome is going to be. On June 21st, Open Exchange, a platform for trading claims against bankrupt crypto entities, announced a new ecosystem partner dubbed 3 Arrows Capital Ventures. According to the developers, they will invest in projects building on the OPNX ecosystem and working towards a decentralized future. It was founded by Su Zhu and Kyle Davies, who also co-founded the now bankrupt Singaporean hedge fund 3 Arrows Capital. And that's what I'm saying. Singapore, they've been letting a lot of companies, do their thing. They have like an innovation hub, I believe, even when it's some garbage like 3 Arrows Capital. But again, Kyle Davies came back. He commented, 3 Arrows Capital is dead. Long live 3 Arrows Capital Ventures. And the rebrand is here, people. If you don't know about this industry, if you have not been around, which a lot of our followers have, but if you have not and you're watching right now, this is probably the 100th time I've seen some project go to shit, or it was trash, and then they rebranded it something later, and the new people in the bull market just went with it because they felt like it was easy to use or whatever. And then we're like, you do realize this dude had a whole nother project 5 years ago, and it went belly up. Not to say that that's terrible, because that can happen to anybody, but come on, they were doing some crazy shit with leverage, and we've already talked about that extensively. Back in June 2022, a year ago, like I said, they filed for bankruptcy in the British Virgin Islands due to a series of leverage trades gone wrong amid a cryptocurrency bear market and its exposure to the $40 billion collapse of the Terra Luna ecosystem in May 2022. And I believe they learned a lesson. They could not be located after the bankruptcy filing, though media activity suggests they spend their time in Dubai and Indonesia, which is two pretty hot spots for people whenever they have, bankruptcy or a bad project. They usually go there and hang out because most people can't get to them. So, of course, Three Arrows Capital reportedly managed 10 billions in assets. Like we said, billion-dollar companies. How these people are giving them billions of dollars, I don't understand. We're giving money to everybody. But Singapore definitely is a part of that. So for those of you, if you want to if you got scammed last time and you want to run it back, congrats. You got your wish. Jump back into Three Arrows Capital. This is basically like Luna Classic to me. It's like, what's the point? It's like Ethereum Classic. It's like if something goes wrong and the exchange goes down or the project forks off, sure, you can just go get fucked over again if you want. Me personally, I like to learn from my mistakes the first time. So it is what it is. And Three Arrows Capital, like I stated, they're I can't believe they're getting away with this. This is crazy, man. If Do Kwon comes back, oh man, I don't give a shit. I'm not listening to any more rules about anything. If Sam Bankman-Fried gets off, like some of these people, the rules they're fickle, but they'll take down somebody like Library Token. They'll take down the little guys, but some of these bigger ones, when you're dealing with billions of dollars, I think there's some people that will basically, they got some judges and some politicians in their pocket. I don't know if you all saw, but BlackRock the guy just came out. He was on a hidden camera. He just came out and said what I've said already a million times, what most of our warriors already know. BlackRock controls everything. Them and Vanguard have, I believe, $10 trillion of assets apiece, trillion with a T. And, when BlackRock gets involved, and just like with ownership with anything else, they're going to win. And I think in Singapore, even though they may not have trillions of dollars or whatnot, there's some billionaires, I'm sure, that may have had some vested interest, and they were like, whoa, we can still run it back, right? And we can somehow get our money back. That's probably what's happening here. So the little guys, they are not thinking about you, no matter how much community bullshit they tell you, no matter how many discords, telegrams, and tweets they send off, they don't give a damn. They need liquidity and they need it fast. So this is amazing. I can't believe we're running this shit back. Let's see what else we got. Bitcoin Chris, what do you think the submarine is distracting us from? Chris, we need to jump on Tuesday for 10-4 Toboggan and discuss that, because I got a lot of thoughts about the submarine. The fact that it doesn't distract me from anything, because I still read a lot. It doesn't, social media doesn't control my news source, but the fact that one of the dudes that died was a granddaughter of two people who died on the Titanic. One guy, he works for the World Economic Forum, the billionaire. He's with the World Economic Forum. Could have got him out the paint. Again, the owner of Ocean Gate, there's a lot of stuff there. Ocean Gate, it's like, that sounds like some scam that went on. We had, we've had that. Everything we call something, we call it something gate, based off of what, like Russia Gate and other, scandals and whatnot. What was it? Deflate Gate with Tom Brady with the ball. That's like a part of our lexicon now when we talk about scams based on what Richard Nixon did back in the day. So a lot of thoughts on, and I'm just trying to get all the research on the submarine. But all I know is with the submarine going down there, you could not put me into a little. That shit was, compared to the ocean, that shit was a ibuprofen. Like, I'm not surprised that shit did not make it. I'm sorry. And if the stuff is true, that they're telling us, which I don't think it is, then this was a bad judgment. Unfortunately, don't want to laugh at people who lose their life, but that was pretty bad judgment. But I think it's something more there. And for people, even though, they've, passed and gone on at this point, I think there's a lot more that's supposed to come out. I've been reading threads for the last 2 days where people are starting to figure out, they had to deal with this. And what I really want it to be is kind of like how the Titanic before, how the three richest people that were opposing the Federal Reserve, they were on the Titanic. They died. A year later, Federal Reserve was approved and pushed through after the Creature of Jekyll Island book described. And this could be something. What if they were against the CBDC? And they basically told them, yeah, we're safe. You go down there. Or they may have been coerced. No, you're going to take this trip. Just say it's a trip to the Titanic. You're going to visit the Titanic, and we can play it off. But you either do that or we're just going to kill you. I mean, who knows? I'm not sure. It's a lot of stuff there. I definitely, today I got on my tinfoil straw hat. But it's a lot of stuff there. And this will, I believe, if it has any implications to do with the CBDC or with banking, that it will have implications for Bitcoin and for crypto at some point. So that's the only reason why I brought this up today. But yeah, Chris, we'll jump on tinfoil toboggan soon. I've been running around lately trying to get this Bitcoin boat club started. So again, those are our stories for today. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for another FBF Fuck Bitcoin Friday.